while you're reading through the Bible, especially through Genesis, you tend to notice that a lot of people are living well into centuries, say Noah for over 900, and then all of his descendants also for centuries. So why is that so?
Well, I believe they lived in a very pure environment. They were close to creation. Their genetics were great. There was nothing to corrupt that in any way that we know of. The first 10 generations, almost everybody lived to be 900 years, at least the ones who are named. Now, there is one exception to that. His name is Enoch. He only got 365 years. I'm sure he felt cheated in some sense. But the scripture doesn't say that he died as it does for all the other nine. It says that God took him, and it says it differently. And a lot of people believe that God took him prematurely to heaven uh, or to be with him in some sense without passing through the normal process of death. But before the flood, long, long, long lives. Um, we know now that about 8% of our human genome is infected with viral remnants from all the infections that we and our ancestors have had. We live in an environment that is not exactly as clean as it once was. We see lots of things in the news about contamination of water and ocean and all sorts of other things. So there's a good argument to be made for reduced lifespan based on a changing environment. Now, if you were to look at those 10 people who lived prior to the flood, and then look at the individuals who lived afterward, whose ages are given, you see that there's a flat line before the flood. It averages 912 years. Adam, Seth, on down to Noah. Noah is the last of the super long lived individuals who made it to 900 plus. Noah's son, Shem, who lived 100 years before the flood, he lived 500 years after the flood. So he still lived a very long time. But after that, it drops off pretty dramatically. There's a handful of people who get 400 plus, and then there's another good sized handful who get 250 plus. And after that, it drops steadily toward 120. And so by the time Psalm 90 is written, we're told that we get 70 years. And if we're truly blessed, we get 80. But even those years are filled with labor and difficulty.
Interesting. So you say it's because of a more pristine of an environment that we can't really have today with all of our advancements for better or worse, and also the fact that over time the human genome has changed as
It has
well.
changed some. We're not dramatically different, but there are a lot of diseases now that didn't exist then. Um, and I would suspect that the environment is a big part of it. I would also think that just the changing nature of our morality and the changing nature of our relationship with God has something to do with it. And God does seem to cap that number at some point. So perhaps we're simply not meant to live so very long now.
Yeah, I, yeah, that's an interesting perspective.